Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Today's show, I got a six-pack of Raiders news and rumors, and hang around because at the very, very end, I'm going to tell you how many Chucky Heads Stefon digs to the Oakland Raiders. Let's get right into today's show. We're starting off with some Derek Carr talk, and is Derek playing well? What do you guys think? Because this one's two Chucky Heads. People are talking, and the guy that's talking, it's Jon Gruden. So Jon was basically asked what he thought about his play of his quarterback, and Jon said, don't blame Carr, blame me. Now, here's the whole thing, right? I've watched the games. I sit there, I see what Carr's doing. I can say that, yes, I think he's playing at times okay, but Jon basically alluded to Derek is doing exactly what we tell him to do. If you guys are telling Derek to just keep checking the ball down and not throwing it down the field, that's a huge question mark. So at first, I see a lot of people that are getting upset with Derek. Maybe we should actually just start pointing the finger at Greg Olsen. Start pointing the finger at Jon Gruden. Because if Derek is doing what he's told, I'm kind of curious why he's being told what he is. And then also an important note, I saw this. Pro Football Focus has Derek rated as the 7th best quarterback right now. 699 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't know if that's the 7th best quarterback in the NFL. PFF alludes to this, that he is doing what the Raiders are telling him to do at actually a good rate. My biggest concern with this entire thing is this is one of the most vanilla-style offenses in the NFL. And if this is what our coaching staff is telling our quarterback to do, man, I'll tell you what, it's really, really making me scratch my head. So Raider Nation, we're at 26,469 subscribers. Get us to 30K subscribers, all right? So here's the thing. I said once we get to 25K subscribers, I'd start doing some giveaways. I'm going to be giving away some Raiders and Lions tickets because we hit 25K subscribers. Now, I'm also trying to figure out what should I do for 30K subscribers. So what I want you guys to do is on Instagram, I want you to slide in my DMs, tell me what I should do for 30K subscribers. Now, I'm a man of my word. I 100% am, and I'm going to be doing a ticket giveaway. Raiders versus the Lions. DM me a Lion, okay? DM me a Lion. You got to be on either BetDSI or MyBookie, and you're going to get a few extra names there in the hat. So if you want to go to a Raiders versus Lions game, DM me a Lion on IG or on Twitter, okay? At MitchellRens365. You got to be on either BetDSI or MyBookie. Actually, I'm actually going to give you one more way to get in this ticket giveaway. If you can beat me on FanDuel this week, you are entered in the Raiders versus Lions ticket giveaway. Here's the thing, though. You got to go to FanDuel. You got to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. You have to create an account. And if you can beat me this week on FanDuel, week 4, I will enter you in the Raiders versus Lions week 9 ticket giveaway. Sound good? All right, let's see it. Chat Sports, FanDuel.com/chatsports. Next rumor. Whew, we thought we were done. We thought we were done here. Do the Raiders miss Antonio Brown? No. Tuck rule, tuck that. 0 Chucky Heads. Antonio Brown. Why are we still talking about this guy? ESPN basically put out an article. Gruden talked about, that they missed their Z receiver. Here's the thing, man. Anytime I put Antonio Brown on this show, y'all better be chanting FAB. FAB, FAB. And if I could say the actual F word, man, I would love to on this show. And if you don't chant FAB, you can read the comments down below. FAB. I better see 1,000 FABs in the comments section. So the reason why I gave this one 0 Chucky Heads, tuck rule, tuck that, because Antonio Brown doesn't exist anymore. He's a fictional character because the Raiders, they don't miss Antonio Clown. Sure, Brown was a talented receiver, but this man, Antonio Clown, no. He is a headache. He is a cancer to the entire NFL. And I'm telling you right now, the Oakland Raiders will be a better team without Antonio Clown. The entire unit, they will get stronger together as a unit. Antonio Clown, sick of him. Type FAB in the comments section below. And I understand that our wide receiver core right now is thin. It is. We got a lot of injuries, but I got a big feeling here that Davis, he's at least going to be able to stretch the field. Tyrell Williams, 3 straight games with a touchdown. Maybe we can get Keelan Doss a little bit involved. I think the bigger head scratcher here for me is you're not going to see Ryan Grant on this list anymore. It's kind of frustrating to me because all offseason I said Ryan Grant's not good. And now Ryan Grant played 2 games and he got $1 million. That's honestly something that I think the Raiders are going to miss more than Antonio Clown. All right, enough of this, man. Let's talk about week 4 here. The Raiders are going to lose by 2 touchdowns to the Colts. I'm going to give this one Chucky Head, and I think it's a small shred of truth. Now, last time I checked, if a Raiders writer talks about the Raiders, you would think that, I don't know, maybe he would support the team. So I saw on the Raiders Wire that a Raider predicted the Raiders to lose 28-13. Let's call him, I don't know, Eminem here, okay? I'm kind of confused why you're predicting the Raiders to lose by 15 points. Now, I get it. The Colts, they're favored by 7 points in the game. But Indy also has a lot of injuries. Malik Hooker, not going to play. The offensive line is banged up right now. Plus, T.Y. Hilton, he's questionable. But at the end of the day, I'm not coming on this show. I'm not calling this the Raiders Report. I'm definitely, heck, if I called this the Colts Report, I would be unemployed. I am not betting against the Raiders. I won't do it. I can't do it at this point. But this is an NFL Week 4 game. The over-under is 44 points. The Colts are favored by 7. And yes, the Colts are coming off a good win against the Falcons. It's also the Falcons. And I think everyone right now is panicking a little bit because the Raiders have looked so bad the last 2 weeks. Here's the thing, though. The Raiders are still a young team. But the Vikings and the Chiefs, we're going to look back at the season and be like, those are 2 playoff caliber teams. The Chiefs are arguably the best team in the NFL, and that Vikings defense is really, really legit. So let's just pump the brakes a little there. So Eminem threw his prediction in 28-13, but I want to know from everybody right now. Week 4, Raiders versus Colts. The first correct score gets $25 from me. So I want you guys first off to comment below if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook. Raiders versus Colts, okay? Put it in the comments section. And what I want you to do, the first person to send me the correct score on my Instagram, you're going to win that $25, all right? So DM me on Instagram your Raiders versus Colts predictions. The first person, the very first person to DM me the correct score, I will Venmo you. Guess what it is? Also at MitchellRens365. You can add me as a friend. I will send you $25 from me to you. Let's talk about Trent Brown now. He's been a player we've talked about the last 2 weeks battling a few different injuries. Is he going to play versus the Colts? Last show that I did on Tuesday, I gave it 2 Chucky Heads. Well, now I'm going to give it 3 Chucky Heads, and I think it's pretty likely. Gruden sounded very concerned when he talked about Trent Brown on Tuesday. The good news is Brown was a limited participant on Wednesday and was also a limited participant on Thursday. I think if Trent Brown was in real consideration of missing this game, the Raiders wouldn't have put him out on the practice field on Wednesday, and they wouldn't have put him out there on Thursday. Now, the Colts, I don't think, have the best pass rush, but if the Raiders want to win this football game, I'm going to tip my cap to Jacoby Brissett. 7 touchdowns, an interception this year has looked very good. They need to be able to establish the running game with this offensive line, and it really starts around Trent Brown in the running game. Rodney Hudson's the main guy there in the passing game. Richie Incognito, I thought, actually played pretty well in Week 3. Colton Miller, good. Devy, y'all need to step up a little bit here, especially Colton. Colton was absolutely roasted by Everson Griffin this past week against the Vikings. So Trent, rest up. Be ready to rock and roll for Week 4 versus the Colts. 2020. Who else here has got 2020 vision? I know I do. Hopefully it stays that way. Are the Raiders going to draft Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama, in 2020? What do you guys think? We're already talking about the draft. Yeah, this one's 2 Chucky Heads, and people are talking. I wish I could look into my crystal ball and tell you who the heck the Raiders are going to draft. But I saw this out there. I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to dive into it. So CBS, they released a 2020 mock draft. They had the Oakland Raiders selecting Jeudy, 5th overall. All right, 5th overall. They had the Broncos taking 6th, so, whatever. The Raiders' biggest need right now on offense is wide receiver. It's wide receiver. Now, Tom and I, we debated a little bit yesterday on our main chat sports channel. Go check it out, youtube.com/chatsportstv. They also threw footballs at me, so go yell at them because they were kind of, I don't know. The people are flicking me off here. See what I deal with. Footballs being thrown at me. Regardless, Jerry Jeudy, I think, is the best receiver. I thought Tom just threw something again at me. I would be really excited, honestly, for Jeudy. He's a very talented receiver. Here's my question, though. Guys, stop. Is it too early to talk about the 2020 draft? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Is it too early? Like, think about it. We're only 3 weeks into the season, and we are already talking about the 2020 draft. Type Y for yes, type N for no. The reason why I'm interested is I'm trying to go to the draft because I don't know if you guys know this or not. It's in Vegas, and I want to get me to Vegas. So this is why I really want to know whether or not it's too early to talk about the draft. Now, we were also the most watched NFL draft. That's not even a humble brag. That's just a straight-up brag here at Chat Sports. But as much as I want to participate in that again, I want to go to the actual draft in 2020. So is it too early? Y for yes, N for no. I promised you guys some Stefon Diggs talk, didn't I? Well, knock on wood if you're with me talking about Stefon Diggs. Are the Raiders trading for Diggs? Believe it, baby. No, I'm kidding. Zero Chucky Heads. Tuck rule, tuck that. Guys, just because somebody puts out that Stefon Diggs wants to be traded, one, I don't even know if it's true. I've had multiple people ask me, Mitch, are the Raiders trading for Diggs? I heard this on some pay site. Sure, a Minnesota radio company or whatever, KFN 1003, numbers not my strong suit, basically put out that Stefon Diggs might have requested a trade because Diggs is being underused in the offense. Between you and me, I think it's them just trying to generate clicks. I have not heard from any reliable source that Stefon Diggs is actually asked for a trade. So if you hear people out there saying the Raiders are going to trade for Stefon Diggs, it's tuck rule, tuck that. Now, until I hear something further, believe me, I will 100% update you guys on something if the Raiders are going to go out and trade for Stefon Diggs. I think he is a very talented receiver. And between you and me, I do think he is being underutilized. However, the Vikings are winning football games. And I don't know if you watched last week, Stefon Diggs was not needed whatsoever. 6 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. But if you're an NFL player and your team's 2-1 and you're complaining, maybe I don't want you because I want a guy who's just going to show up and get wins. Now, last year he was productive, 10 yards per catch, over 100 catches. He's a very good receiver, but Stefon Diggs also throughout his career has dealt with injuries. Now, if you could give me a healthy Stefon Diggs on this Raiders team right now, I wouldn't mind it because I think he would be a very good fit on this team. So this is what it would look like. I think it's pretty sexy. So if you're watching right now on YouTube and you think that looks good, like it. If you're watching on Facebook, give me the hard eyes. Because Tyrell Williams, Stefon Diggs, that is a good 1A, 1B combo. You could argue Stefon Diggs would be the 1A. I put him as the wide receiver 2 here because Tyrell Williams at this point knows the offense better. So I'm going to ask everyone right now, because here on the Raiders Report, we are the most interactive YouTube channel for all Raiders content. And I do what I do because I want to know from the nation. Should the Raiders trade for Stefon Diggs? I want you to type T for trade. And if you're like, nah, Mitch, leave him alone, type L for leave. If you think I'm an L loser, type that as well. Should the Oakland Raiders trade for Stefon Diggs? Type T for trade or L for leave. Now, before I leave, one more chance here for you guys to get this Raiders vs. Lions ticket giveaway. I want you to DM me a Lion, all right? It's very simple on IG or on Twitter at MitchellRents365, but you have to be on BetDSI or MyBookie to get the tickets. I'm going to announce the winner next Tuesday, October 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you turn on those notifications so you know exactly when I go live, and I will see you Tuesday live on YouTube, giving away some Raiders vs. Lions. Raider Nation, have a good weekend, and I'll see you. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.